Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the daily cricket show, the Cricket Happening Show, with your host Ram. As far as today's Cricket Happening Show is concerned, it will be a look at the first day's play in the second Test match between Australia and Sri Lanka. Where, as I said, whichever team wins the toss would definitely bat first, and that happened today when Sri Lanka took to bat first. So Angelo Matthews, the Sri Lankan captain, was lucky enough to actually win the toss. And without any hesitation, knowing that Australia would be batting last on this pitch, decided to bat first. And at stumps, Sri Lanka, definitely Australia did a good. We saw the ball was turning right from the beginning, and it was once again Kushal Mendes who led from the front with a knock of 86, almost reached a century with a very sweet little knock of 86. As the Sri Lankans were all out for 281, with Mitchell Starc in fact picking up a 5-wicket bag, and in the process also racing past the 100-wicket mark. In fact, this was the best figures by an Australian bowler in Sri Lanka. So it was a big record for Mitchell Starc, as he swung the ball very well and went on to pick up 5 wickets, which I'll be talking about. As far as Australia were concerned, well, they lost 2 wickets for 54 at stumps, which I'll be talking about. So the next match that we'll be looking at is between Pakistan and England. Today was day 2 in the third Test match at Edgbaston in Birmingham, and Pakistan. They really made England really work hard. In fact, Pakistan raised the score of 257 for 3, and they are just 40 runs away from taking the lead over England at close of play on the second day, with Sami Aslam showing a tremendous temperament, I would say. At the age of 20, he would have well gone to become the youngest batsman youngest Pakistani opening batsman to score a century in England. But unfortunately that didn't happen, as he was in a very curious way, very odd way, he was actually run out by a brilliant throw from Vence. It was a really sharp throw, and Sami Aslam was out for 82. And Azhar Ali went on to notch up his 10th century, but the only one would say the only negative point of that was that Azhar Ali was out on the last ball of the day, when he actually played a ball into the slips of the bowling of Vokes after making 139, which I'll be talking about. And then we'll have a look at some cricket news, if at all I definitely find time on this cricket broadcast. So first, let's head on let's head on to Sri Lanka first and see as to what happened on the first day. Well, as far as the first day's play was concerned, today we had 2 players actually making their debut either side. John Howland of Australia taking the place of Steve O'Keefe, who was injured and he was flown back to Australia, and Vishwa Fernando. In fact, the Sri Lankan bowling resources the pace resources kept on getting crippled, as today Vishwa Fernando made his debut and replacing Nuwan Pradeep, who was ruled out of the match at the last moment. It was very sad, but Fernando definitely picked up his maiden Test wicket, which I'll talk about. But talking about the game, as I said, the toss was very vital, and this very vital toss in the Vaughan Muralidharan Trophy in the second Test match was actually won by Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka would be very happy that this was played at the Galle International Stadium. And Sri Lanka started off, and what a start for Australia. Australia had a really a great start, with Mitchell Starc actually tailing the ball to Karunaratne, tailing in the ball to Karunaratne. Karunaratne trying to actually go for a sort of a ball, trying to flick the delivery, and in the very first delivery, he picked up the wicket of Karunaratne. When Karunaratne was caught by Burns at forward short leg of the bowling Mitchell Starc. What a start! Even though Sri Lanka elected to bat first, the initiative was really wiped away. After that, he went on to dismiss Kaushal Silva. Now, Kaushal Silva is another one who has been struggling in this series. Basically, Kaushal Silva is the one who has tremendous technique, and it was really sad to see that Mitchell Starc got one of the balls which actually moved away, and Kaushal Silva nicked it, and Neville behind the sticks did the trick. So he was gone for 5, and Sri Lanka, after winning the toss, were in trouble at 9 for 2. After that, we saw an elevation being given to Kushal Perera. Kushal Perera normally comes in the middle order, but today the Sri Lankan think tank decided that they would actually start blunting the Australians after losing 2 quick wickets. They decided to promote Kushal Perera into the mix, and Sri Lanka had 2 new batsmen in the middle with the new ball. The new cherry was as fresh as ever, and we saw that then we saw a partnership started building, and also we saw that it was Kushal Perera, normally his natural instinct is to attack, but today we saw that Kushal Perera was really playing according to the needs of the game. But Kushal Mendes was the one who was playing with the utmost confidence, and he was stroking the ball beautifully through the cover region. His driving was good. Kushal Perera, as and when he got an opportunity, he was smacking the boundaries too with lots of force, and suddenly the score started moving along at a very good clip. And I thought Australia definitely contained things, no doubt about it, as the score went on to, they put on a good partnership. It was a 108-run partnership that happened between Kushal Perera and Kushal Mendes. As this was going on, suddenly we saw sort of a recovery being staged by the Sri Lankans, but then it was Nathan Lyon, the Rana off spinner, coming and actually breaking that particular spell between Perera and Mendes when he picked up the wicket of Kushal Perera, caught my Smith for 49, 5 boundaries. After that, it was Angelo Matthews who came in, and Angelo Matthews, as soon as he came in, he definitely showed signs of aggression by not really waiting, as he went on to deposit Nathan Lyon into the stands, and then he also turned his attention to the other spinners too. John Holland was deposited beautifully by Angelo Matthews. Angelo Matthews decided that he would play in aggressive vein, and while that was going on, Kushal Mendes, after making a very well made 86, Mitchell Starc returned back to his second spell, and this time he was pretty sure that he's going to get his man, as he nipped the wicket of Kushal Mendes, caught by Neville, but not before Kushal Mendes made the highest score for Sri Lanka in this particular innings. He made 86 with 10 fours and 2 sixes. Angelo Matthews' contribution was 54 of 65 balls, 3 fours, 3 sixes. After that, Chandimal was cheaply dismissed for 5 by Josh Hazelwood, who really bowled an excellent line. And finally, Dhananjay De Silva also played some very good strokes, I thought. And he really showed that he's also a good batsman. But John Holland, who was playing his maiden test match here, picked up his maiden test wicket in the form of Dhananjay De Silva, as after bowling well, John Holland got his first test wicket when he actually had Dhananjay De Silva LBW for 37. After that, it was pretty quick work. Lyon took care of Dilruwan Pereira for 16 with 2 boundaries, and then Mitchell Starc once again came in and cleaned up the tail. He actually he hit the stumps of Rangana Herath for 14 with 2 boundaries. Sandakan was clean bowled by Starc for 1, and Fernando, the debutant, was not out on not. And the Sri Lankan innings came to an end at 281. And what one could see, the ball was already turning, but it was not some appreciable turn, one could say, but it was definitely turning. There was some slow turn happening, so one can say that the turn is only going to get pronounced as the days go by in Gaul. As far as the bowling was concerned, as I said, Mitchell Starc look at his bowling figures. His 5-wicket haul there, 16.1 overs, 7 maidens, 44 runs and 5 wickets. He bowled excellently, I thought, and he really made the batsmen really work for the runs. And the other good thing is that Mitchell Starc en route got to his 100 wickets too, and besides, as I said, this is the best test figures by an Australian seamer in Sri Lanka. And also one more thing that one has to note here is that Mitchell Starc, it was something which was very well done. In fact, he has picked up 100 wickets too. And it was very well done, I thought. Mitchell Starc, 5 wickets for 44 runs. Hazelwood 1 for 51, 2 for 78 for Nathan Lyon, and 1 wicket apiece to Marsh and Holland. So basically, John Holland was a bit costly, but nevertheless, he will still take it, 1 for 64. As far as Australia, Australia had 13.3 overs to face, and in the process they made 54 for 2 at close of play, with Joe Burns being the first victim in the very first over. In fact, I would say Vishwa Fernando getting his maiden test wicket when he actually forced Joe Burns to play a shot, and it was Pereira who picked up the catch. He was gone for naught, and after that David Warner decided that he's not the one who's going to be really going to get cowed down by the Sri Lankans, as he really went on an attacking spree as he reeled off 7 boundaries in a knock of 42. But the only sad thing was that Usman Khaja was not on 11, but then just before close of play, David Warner it was Dilwan Pereira, I thought, Redamo spinner, was actually bowling very well. He was actually drifting the ball in. There was some nice breeze blowing there, so the ball was actually drifting in. And with that nice drift, he really foxed David Warner as he got the ball to actually turn away from the bat. And Warner went on his forward prod, and Matthews in the slip gobbling him for 42. I think it was a forward short leg, if I'm not wrong. I thought it's for forward short leg who gobbled him up, and Australia ended up with 54 for 2, but they have a big task on hand, because we have still not seen the real turn happening, and I'm sure that Sandakan didn't even bowl today. So that's the match situation as far as the second day's play is concerned in the second test match. The next match we are going to look at is the match. It's going to be a real match summary, I would say, because of shortage of time here. We are looking at the Pakistan, who actually started off the second day, and they lost an early wicket. Mohammad Hafiz was out in the very first over of the day today, as Mohammad Hafiz, trying to cut at James Anderson, got an edge and balance, actually picking up the catch. He was gone for naught, and Mohammad Hafiz continued to struggle in this series, one could say, as he was gone. After that, as I said, today Sami Aslam was not making his test debut. He has played some test matches in the past. Sami Aslam is a 20-year-old bloke. He's just 20 years of age. He has really played prolifically in the Under-19 World Cup. And Sami Aslam, let's talk about Sami Aslam. So Mohammad Hafiz was out, and after that, for the England pace bowlers, it was real hard work. Yes, Azhar Ali and Sami Aslam were together. Let's talk about Sami Aslam. As far as Sami Aslam was concerned, what one saw from Sami Aslam is that one can very, very clearly say here that Pakistan at last found an answer to having the best opener for Pakistan in test matches, because what one saw from Sami Aslam today was that he was very, very sure where his off stump was. Even though we saw Anderson, Broad, Finn, Wokes, everybody testing him outside the off stump. He's just 20 years of age, and we saw what good match temperament he had, how sure he was about his off stump. And every time we saw the English bowlers actually testing him, he was equal to the challenge, and he never lost his composure, and that was the perfect part of it. So that is very important for an opener as you are facing the new ball, and Sami Aslam was such a type of person, and one was really, really impressed with the way Sami Aslam batted. I thought he's going to go a long way. We are going to hear a lot about Sami Aslam in Pakistan Test cricket now, and he showed that he has the great temperament for Test cricket. His technique was good. And he was not really intending to hit a lot of boundaries. He was mainly trying to occupy the crease, and that was the prime motive. And we also saw that he was only interested in just working the balls for ones and twos on the offside, nudge it, just place the delivery, place the balls, and actually play. I mean, he won't be a great sight to watch, but what was good about him as an opener, he delivered the goods that Pakistan required, and that is pretty important. And as I said, Pakistan might have well found an answer to having their best opener in Test cricket, Sami Aslam. He's just 20 years of age, and it was really good to see this precocious talent really flower in a big way today to help Pakistan. But what a shame. I mean, he did everything right. He also showed some aggression. When Moeen Ali came, he went after Moeen Ali and deposited him for 1 6, and he also hit some very good boundaries too when an opportunity arose. Azhar Ali, well, we all know Azhar Ali is what a technically perfect batsman he is, and this was a very big partnership. In fact, from 0 for 1, Pakistan raised the score to 181. There was a 181 run partnership for the second wicket between Shami Aslam and the very experienced Azhar Ali. As Azhar Ali also showed, Azhar Ali, he has a very good technique, as we all know, and we saw that he was also playing some very, very good strokes, and it was a real toil for the English bowlers. And that was going on, and one would have really expected Shami Aslam to go on to make a century, and he truly deserved it. But unfortunately, it was not, as James Vince had a really spearing throw at the stumps, and Shami Aslam was run out for 82 with 9 fours and 1 6. And Azhar Ali, as I said, at the last ball of the day, actually nicked the ball into Vok's hands, and he was gone for 139. His 10th Test century with 15 fours and 1 6. Yunus Khan definitely again struggling in this particular Test match. He had an unconvincing 21 to his unbeaten to his name, 2 fours. But one good thing that Shami Aslam and Azhar Ali have done for Pakistan is they have got Pakistan closer to the England total, just 40 runs adrift right now. And tomorrow, one for sure knows that Pakistan is going to take the lead. Wickets, I'm not going to get into it. I think I'm really running short of time right now. Thanks for your company, and thanks for your continuous watching of this Cricket Happening show. It has been a pleasure bringing you this Cricket Happening show every day. I hope you all loved it, and there's more to come on my next Cricket Happening show tomorrow. Till such time I see you, it's your host Ram signing off for the day. Thank you.